Right now, high egg prices at the grocery store have more people thinking about ways to save money. And one idea that's getting popular is raising your own chickens.
This is a really popular thing right now that we're hearing from a lot of people, but people who have them say that there's a lot more that goes into it than you might think. 9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi is live in Studio B this morning. Lauren, stores are getting flooded with calls from people wanting to get eggs from their own backyard.
Oh yeah, I spoke to one store who says they actually had a contest to see who took the most calls just about this topic. In one day, they took nearly 90 calls from curious people. It's a lot of people. I also chatted with someone from Wheat Ridge who has 12 chickens and 12 ducks. She says the amount of chicken eggs that you get per animal varies. It's usually around 2 to 5 per week per chicken, but egg production depends on sunlight, and cold snaps mean fewer eggs. Well, she says they are so fun to have, and the product really is great. They require a lot of care. She regularly has to clean up the coop, make sure the bedding is good, check in on the security of the coop to make sure that no predators can get in, and she really worries about the birds getting sick. And that's on top of 2 to 3 hours of work every single day.
If you're not prepared for that, I would say buy the $12 dozen eggs, because it's not for the faint of heart. It's not easy at all times. And especially when you're trudging through 2 feet of snow to go and unfreeze a water feeder so that the birds have fresh water. And it's probably not the thing you want to do. It's still something you got to do.
She says it's expensive too, not just the water and the energy costs, which do really add up, but also the food. They buy a high protein organic grain. She says that they spend about $150 per week for 2 dozen birds. Live in Studio B, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
All right, making people think twice, though. She's right, whether you're going to pay the higher cost, which might be $12 per eggs, versus all the additional bills that come along with having your own chickens.
It really adds up. And I also talked to an economics professor from MSU Denver. I was like, have we seen this before? What's really going on here? And she says, yeah, think back to the pandemic. Do you remember toilet paper? Oh. Everybody was worried that they weren't gonna, get toilet paper next time they went to the store, so they bought a bunch. Well, same thing with the eggs. People are nervous that the eggs are gonna be more expensive next time they go to the store, so they're buying a bunch, which is not helping the situation.
I was doing some quick math, and remember, numbers aren't my jam, but after the initial investment, if you take $150 per week on the feed and she had 24, it comes out to $6.25 per chicken. So depending on, how many eggs you get, it could work out. It's a lot of work though. It is a lot of work, and the economics professor said if you really do want to make it worth the investment, maybe you think about selling some of those eggs. Ooh, like this woman from Wheat Ridge, she does. So maybe that's something to consider as 100%. Well. But you really have to think about all the work that goes into it.
Absolutely. I'm glad y'all are doing the math this morning, because she brought back all my trauma from the toilet paper situation. Lauren, thank you, my friend.